Welcome to another episode of Robbie Comics. My name is Robbie, and these are comics. So, continuing on from our last video, looking through or reading through the Godzilla series by Marvel back in the 1970s, we're looking at issue 2. So this one we've got basically Godzilla and sort of resurfacing back in Seattle and Washington, and he's basically just continuing on his destructive path. The team with Shield and Dum Dum Dugan are sort of trying to come up with ways to destroy Godzilla. They recognize that he's basically starting to become attracted to light, so they're using that to try and draw him away from the big city of Seattle, and in hopes to try and steer him back towards the ocean and potentially try and kill him then. There's no first appearances in this issue, but we do have the same guys from last time. So you've got Yuriko Takaguchi, Tamara Hashioka, Robert Takaguchi, you got Gabriel Jones, Dum Dum Dugan, and Jimmy Woo again. So yeah, so let's get through. The same team, I think, that did the first issue in terms of the artwork and the story and such. So we're going to look through this. So this is the American version. You can tell because it's got the 30-cent variant in the top. And you can see Godzilla's chowing down on the Seattle Space Needle there. So let's have a look through his. Okay, so we've got Godzilla trashing his way through Seattle by the looks of things. This poor dude just in absolute shock and horror of what's happening. Yeah, so again, just Godzilla's working his way through Seattle. It looks like he started up some kind of port, and this is then the Shield team trying to figure out how they're going to take down Godzilla. So you got Dum Dum Dugan over here smoking his classic cigar and wearing his little bowler hat. Got some more crazy adverts in here. I love these like front face on pictures of Godzilla. You can tell they really struggled to try and figure out how to draw his profile, but yeah, this is basically going on to also discuss that the cause of Godzilla's sort of awakenness, or what awoke him from his slumber, has actually caused other creatures to become animated and come back to life. So this kind of then helps to bring in some of the other biggish monsters that Godzilla will fight along the way. So this is them trying to work out how best to sort of take on Godzilla. And at this point, I think this is Robbie. And he's kind of like the sympathetic ear to Godzilla. Like, you'll see this throughout. He will always try to change Dum Dum's mind or the rest of Shield's mind so that they don't actually kill Godzilla. They just need to try and work with him or try and understand him. But naturally, because he's a kid, they just shut him down completely. So you've got some more Shield agents coming in just explain that Godzilla's still on his rampage and still absolutely trashing Seattle. I love the very space, like old school space design of these little ships. They're really cool. There we go. And that's them trying to prevent Godzilla from getting into Seattle. But naturally, he's just completely trashed the stuff. Even the local law enforcement are trying to figure out how best to take him down, but there's no luck there. And here's the Space Needle from the front. And this scene's hilarious. We need to evacuate the restaurant. Ah! Look at her face. It's like terrifying. It's like classic, like damsel in distress face. Like, oh my god. And obviously Godzilla's face looms through the Seattle Space Needle restaurant thing. Panic ensues, of course. You got Dum Dum Dugan on one of these like really weirdly designed like platform flying things. Like, I don't understand how they come up with this. It's literally just like it looks like it only can go up because there's no propulsion at the back. So how does that even move? But this is them now trying to like get his attention and try and draw him away from the main city. Some more. I'm actually trying to collect the human fly now, actually. Old school Star-Lord. Oh, even more adverts. Love it. Here we go. So yeah, so this is them again just managing to get Godzilla's attention, and they're trying to draw him in with this crazy bright light, which seems to be working. Godzilla seems to be following the bright light, and Dum Dum's just like following him, making sure he stays on target. Even more adverts. There we go. So they managed to successfully draw the Godzilla away from the main city, and they're trying to blind him with all these flares from the helicopter. This is the helicopter. This is the helicarrier, which it doesn't look too different from the ones in the movie. So that's pretty cool. And looks like they've got some kind of I was wondering what, so you can see the weapon lining up in the scene before. So I was like, what is this? Is this like some kind of like crazy catapult or something, or what's happening there? And then yeah, they basically just launch these massive blocks right in the back of Godzilla's head, and just like smash him into the sea. That's how they get Godzilla out of Seattle. They basically lure him away with a bright light and smack him in the back of the head with a rock. And then he's like, okay, I'm going to go now. And he just swims off. But yeah, this is Rob Takaguchi, yeah. And he's like I said, he's the sympathetic ear, so he's always going to be that voice of reason whenever they're trying to put a stop to Godzilla. And he actually becomes quite a prominent character, I think, around issue 7, 8, 9, and 10, I think, when they introduce the Red Ronin, which is like a big mech that he basically pilots. But we'll get to that when we get that far. There we go. So that was it. So yeah, not a lot of craziness happening in this one. It's just it's going to be one of those things where it's a classic case of Godzilla moves to this location, destroys stuff, they try and prevent it, and then he just swims off in the distance. So again, much like the end of issue 1, he just kind of just strolls off, or in this case swims off in the distance, and then makes his way to some other location in the US. So yeah, so that's it. That was issue 2. So that's it for today. That was issue 2 of the Godzilla King of the Monsters Marvel series that we're working our way through. I hope you guys are enjoying looking through this book with me, or the series with me. As always, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Please hit up with the comments if you want to see other series that I'm doing, or that I can do, or if you've got any suggestions, please let me know. And as always, peace out and stay crispy.